Hey, welcome back everybody. Today's video, we're gonna dive into using Prompt Loop for long form writing content. So we're gonna be looking at Google Sheets. Same demo is available in Excel. And if you're not familiar with Prompt Loop, it's an AI tool that lets you work with text inside a spreadsheet. If you've never used it, you can certainly follow along, but we have plenty of other videos about how to get started from scratch. Today, we're gonna be looking specifically at LinkedIn posts. It's the biggest social network for professionals and an excellent place to write good, high quality content to message to your market. We're going to take a few examples of high performing posts and turn them into a repeatable, customizable content engine, all in about 2 or 3 minutes. So let's jump in. So here we are. We're looking at Google Sheets. So you see I have a template here. This will be linked below. So all you need to do is go up, navigate up to the extensions. If you don't see this bar here, you can just click Get Extensions and follow the guide we have at promptloop.com. But you'll see I'm just going to activate it, and then we're ready to go. Whether you're a professional copywriter, an agency, or just running and growing your own business, you probably don't jump into spreadsheets when you're thinking about writing, but Prompt Loop is a tool that lets you take tabular input data, like what we want to write about, who we're talking to, a particular story you have, and turn that into something that can be repeatable, draftable content. So you can get 4, 5, 6 great examples of posts, take that, craft it to exactly how you want to talk to your audience, and start posting every day, multiple times a week, really increasing your engagement, and obviously doing that for clients if you're an agency. This tab is a simple list of copy and pasted high-performing LinkedIn posts. So I took a collection of the highest performing posts of the past year or two, as well as a post I've written for Prompt Loop and one I saw just from my feed. So literally just copied and pasted these in. You obviously have examples if you're doing this. If you've never written on LinkedIn, you probably aren't watching this video, but you can start from scratch, just borrow what's working for other people. What we're doing here is we're putting in this content to give our model, give Prompt Loop an example of what it should be basing its writing on. So it's taking these examples and taking the inputs, which we're going to get to in a second, and understanding what the relationship is, what are we looking for, how long should the post be to get you a post that's exactly what you want, exactly how long you want, and engages the audience in the right way. To make this ultra easy, we're using a different Prompt Loop formula to just pull out the key details. For every post, we want to know what the style is, what the topic is, a call to action. Maybe it's inviting someone to a seminar, maybe it's to buy a product, then a quick summary. You don't need any of these, you need some of them, but figure out what is the most important bits and pieces that go into your post so that you can craft it appropriately. All we need to do here is drag down this extract formula, which pulls out exactly what we want. So this is going to be the training data to come up with your LinkedIn post. All said and done here, we have 4 rows of really relevant and good example content for the model. We're going to jump back to our main tab where we're going to draft new LinkedIn posts. You could have a list of 100 topics, but we're looking at 2 here. The first one, the topic is trying out a new AI software. So narrative. So I'm telling LinkedIn, I'm telling my audience, I'm telling my market about something I've done to engage with them. The call to action is investing in tools. The second one, totally different. It's reflection on failure. So this is a post where we're maybe talking about ours, our company's, or a client's problem that they overcame, and turning that into a motivational post for them to get out, grow their business, take on the day. So we have these here, writing it out, using what you have. You can customize these as much as you want, but this is the input for the model to work off of. So now all we need to do is use the Prompt Loop formula first to select our examples, all of this text. These are our inputs, what we want to write about. These are our outputs, good examples of output writing. And then the inputs for this particular row. So I'm just going to start typing this in like any formula. And the first thing I want to do is go over to this tab, and I'm going to select this whole box. Once I do that, I'm going to hit F4, which is going to lock on to that reference. And now we're going to select the outputs. Now we want to tell the model, hey, these are the inputs. This is what we want written as outputs. So locking that on, And then all we need to do is get back over to our first tab and select the inputs for this row. So these B6 through E6, all 4 of these columns are relevant and they match up to what the model thinks it's going to get for a new piece of writing. We're all set. So once these load, you'll see we have now a draft based on these inputs and giving us exactly a formatted, similar length LinkedIn post that we can use. You can dig in here and copy and paste it. You can tweak it. If you don't get what we want, all we need to do is change this. Can change it from reflective to be bullet points or a narrative in this case. And all that's going to immediately let the formula reload and then generate a completely new draft for that input. So this is a quick demo about how to get started really fast. And you can imagine if you have maybe 15, 20 topics to write and you want to pick the very best post from those, you can do that and just move a lot faster with customized content, not a one-click, one size fits all post, but something that allows you to start drafting much quicker with this familiar interface. So one last little demo I'm going to add in here. A lot of folks writing LinkedIn posts or working with clients or working with team members doing it is you have a set of notes. Maybe you have a video interview. Maybe you want to dump a ton of information about your company somewhere that you want to pull things out of it for your content plan. Over here, we have a really long set of notes with a fake business. So we have name, random blips from a Zoom call, what they want to do in the future, in really any format, shorthand, longhand, straight recording, transcription from Zoom, you name it. But we can use that same prompt loop formula we used earlier, the extract formula, to select first the text that we want to pull information out of. We're going to make, again, this an absolute reference using F4 to lock it in. And then we're going to select the column header. So we want LinkedIn post theme ideas from this piece. All we have to do, there's no prompting, there's no chatting. All we have to do is select these like you do a VLOOKUP, hit enter, and there we go. I can do that across and you'll see it's going to load the motivating theme, pull something out of here. You can change these and it's going to change the response, 2-sentence summary, maybe a quick quote from this. And then you are probably already there, but we can take this information and feed it right back into our LinkedIn post for something new. This is just a quick demo to show how you can prompt loop getting started. This takes about maybe 2-3 minutes to start if you already have good LinkedIn content. Ideas is where the value is. So really focus on what you're putting into the model, what you're training it on. But out of the box, it's going to work pretty well. And I'll link it with these existing examples in here so you can get started and then eventually replace this with what you, your team, your clients want. So hope this was helpful. We're in Excel and Google Sheets. As always, and if you haven't already, subscribe below. We put together a ton of these. Hope to see you on the next one. Thanks.